For those of you that's looking for loans up to $10,000, I have 5 places to share with you. But here's one thing I want to share with guys. You all have no idea about how much money the government is holding of yours. But I'm going to actually share some websites with you. Before we get into these loans, I'm going to share some websites with you where you can actually go look and see if the government is actually holding your money. And the crazy part about this, a lot of us are not even aware. Our parents may have passed on, relatives that may have passed on, that there is money there that we have no idea that the government was still holding on to. And you may have rights to claim that money as well as some of your own money. So this video not only going to talk about those up to $10,000 loan, this video is actually going to show you where you can check to see if the government owes you or a family member money. All right. Now, the first one we're talking about is web apps. Okay. Just one moment, because this video, I make sure I got the website correct, so that way you can have the accurate website as well. All right. So it's website DOL. DOL stands for Department of Labor, okay? So you can understand that, and it's .gov, G-O-V. All right, so you got web apps, DOL.gov, okay? This is Department of Labor, and what you're going to be looking for, you worked on a job and you never received that last paycheck or something like that, this is where you want to go. All right, this is actually where you want to go. Now, guys, if this video is helpful to you, please leave a comment, share the video, because there's a lot of our community that's struggling, needing money and stuff, and not even realizing we have assets, money out there, but we don't know where to go get it or where to look for it. So please put a comment, share the video. That helps with the algorithm. All right. Now, this is the first one. All right. So the next website we want to go to is pbgc.gov, okay? Like I said, you have to bear with me a few minutes so I can make sure I have the accurate information for you, all right? Now, why this here? If you ever had a pension, unclaimed pension, you may have had a grandparent, a parent, or something like that had a pension that never claimed their pension. They done passed on and stuff like that. And there may be money out there. Even you may have changed jobs where your job has started you on a pension or something like that, but you never knew about it. You never thought about it. You just moved on to the next job or whatever. This is where you want to start focusing in on, okay? Now, for you veterans out there, I don't even know if you guys are even aware of this or anybody ever shared this with you. All right. So this is the website for you veterans, people that served in the military that are hurting, that need money and stuff. You can go to this website. So it's called insurance.va. All right. Like I said, just bear with me, but because this is going to help you guys, I promise you. Just bear with me, because I have had clients call me and said, thank you, we managed to find a couple $1,000s. Even though a couple $1,000s don't seem like a lot, but when you needed money, a couple $1,000s can really come in handy. All right, so that's the reason I'm sharing this with you. All right, so it's VA, better yet, just excuse me. Let me write it off of here, because I was trying to go off of my head, but let me write it off from here, and I think this will make it much better. All right. .va.gov, okay, / unclaimed funds, okay. All right. So you go to here, if you're a veteran and stuff like that, you can go to this website and you can see if there was a check that was sent out to a family member, to you, if you served in the military and stuff like that. You can go here and see if there's any unclaimed money for any loved ones, family members, and things of that nature, okay? So that's why I'm excited, because it's a lot of this information that we have never even heard of in our communities or whatever. And so this is the place. Now, I'll tell you a key place that you can actually go that will give you more details on this. Other than the internet, your public library will also help you with this as well, okay? So don't forget to use your public library as well, all right? Now, here's another one, and this here is interesting. I talk about HUD, okay? HUD.gov. Now, here's the interesting thing about HUD. I tell you guys, if you're struggling with rent, you can go to HUD.gov or Treasury.gov, right? But here's something else that many of us are not aware about HUD, all right? So with HUD, if you've ever had a insurance check refund from like FHA, for FHA insurance, you may have paid your FHA insurance and stuff like, and then you switched over to a conventional or something like that, or what you did, you refinanced and removed the FHA, and they may not have sent you out that check. Well, you go over to HUD.gov, okay? And here's what you want to put on there. It's HUD.gov / you might want to get a DSRS, okay? DSRS / refunds, all right? And like I said, if this video is helpful to you, please leave a comment, share the video, because I'm trying to help our community, all right? So like I said, if you ever had an FHA loan or some type of mortgage or something like that, and you sold the property, or sometimes they may even your house will go into foreclosure, and they'll sell the house or whatever, and then there's a refund after they get their money that a lot of people are not aware of, and they may be holding on to that. That's the reason, like, a lot of people, they will call you up and say, hey, I noticed that you sold a house or whatever. Were you aware that you had a refund? And they said, well, I'll go get it for you. I'll show you how to get it for a fee or whatever. Well, now you can look at databases like this that would actually help you as well. Okay, so if you don't want to pay nobody, databases like this would definitely help you. Okay, so that's one. Now, you have Treasury Direct. Okay, now with TreasuryDirect.gov, again, this is a place when you look for unclaimed money through the IRS, things of that nature and stuff like that. This is a very good website to help you find money. I promise you guys, there's something out there. If you've been working a long time, there's probably some money out there for you. You're just not aware. But I'm giving you some helpful databases that you definitely can check to see if you have unclaimed money. All right. Now, speaking of unclaimed money, you can go to unclaimed.org. All right, so you can go to unclaimed.org as well. And the reason there is because you may have moved to a new state, okay? You had a income tax check from the state or something like that you never cashed, right? So all of that money just sits in a database, right? A family member passed on, they had pension plans, all of this stuff that are in these different databases and stuff, that's money. And you're saying, well, I don't have any money. The thing about it is not that you don't have any money. You're just not aware that you have access to money, but you're just not aware where it's at. Okay? So this is why this is so important. So that being said, those are going to be your best databases to start out with to look for money. I promise you, most of everybody that I've talked to that use these databases and found some kind of money. I had a guy today, he said, oh yeah, I found my dad $50 or whatever. And granted, $50 not a lot, but the thing about it, he said, I want to thank you because I didn't even know that this was even out there, right? So that's the thing about it, giving you the resources so you are aware that they're out there, okay? So now, let's talk about these $10,000 loans. I just wanted to share this with you because I think this is so important for our community to be aware of, all right? Now, I want to talk about these $10,000 loans. Now, here's the thing about it. With these here $10,000 loans, these are focused on bad credit. Now, when loans focusing on bad credit, the thing about it, you're going to have a higher interest rate. And the reason people go for these loans because they can't go to the bank, they can't go to the credit union because they may have a high DTI, debt to income ratio. They may have just bad credit, and so the credit unions and the banks can help them. So you go to lenders like this. Now, if you're self-employed and you're trying to get money and stuff like that, you want to go to a lender like Fundo. Okay, so with Fundo, they offer up to $10,000. All right, but there's 3 criterias that you need in order for this. Now, unfortunately, with Fundo, they don't offer loans in New York and they do not offer loans in California. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But there's 3 criteria. If you're self-employed, you work in a small business, you can be doing hair or whatever, they offer loans. It's a merchant cash advance loan, so the interest rates are definitely going to be high. But in reference to the loan, they want you to be in business for at least 90 days. All right, so you have 90 days, they want you in business. Then they want you to have at least $1,500 a month and income coming in. All right, and so what they're going to do, they're going to use Plaid or Decision Logic. They'll use Plaid or Decision Logic just to verify this information. Okay, make sure. So if you're a DoorDasher, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, or whatever, those type of gigs, or you're self-employed. Now, here's another thing I continue to tell you guys. If you're self-employed and you're not a registered business, you're leaving money on the table because you got all this money that's coming in, but you're using your social. So now, because you're using your social, you can have the potential of your paying more taxes, basically. Right? But the thing about it, if you have that money paid to a business structure, now you're able to actually reduce your taxes, plus be able to raise more capital, even if you have bad credit. So if you need help with that, click the link in the description and I'll help you out with that. All right? Now, you can schedule a one-on-one consultation, I would say that, and we can help you out with that. Now, here's another lender that I want you all to pay attention to. It's called Yendo, okay? And they offer a credit card line of credit, okay? When you think about it, you have to have a car, and they offer up to $10,000 as well. So the deal with them, if you have a car with equity in it, they would actually offer you a loan. So with them, their loans start at $450. Okay, and it goes up to $10,000. Now, here's another interesting thing about this company. You can actually be making car payments, and they still may be able to qualify you for a loan up to $10,000. All right, so that's the great part about it, even with bad credit, right? Because you still have some type of asset. All right. Now, the next lender is Cash USA. They offer loans up to $10,000 as well. Now, I want to clarify some things for you so you can understand about these here loans. A lot of times when these type of lenders are telling you, well, we don't check the credit, what it is, they don't put a hard pull on from the major credit bureaus. So what they do, so that you know, they go to Teletrack. Okay, they may use Teletrack. If you ever taken out a loan online and stuff, this Teletrack database keeps all that information. So if you defaulted on a loan, if you're in a bankruptcy, if you currently have multiple loans and stuff like that, Teletrack will tell them that. All right, and so adding to this, you have LexisNexis. Okay. And you have LexisNexis as well. Then you also have Clarity, which is owned by Experian. You have DataX, which is owned by Equifax. All right, and then you have Factor Trust. Okay, so those are your primary financial credit bureaus that actually keeps all this database, keeps all this record on you financially when you going after loans and stuff like that. So that's the reason, like a lot of these third-party lenders and stuff like that, they don't have to do a hard pull on the credit because they go to these here and it's going to tell them what's going on with you. All right. So don't think that they're just, oh, I trust you. No, no, no. They're just using these third-party databases. As a matter of fact, these third-party databases may have more accurate information on you than others. Now, also, one of the bigger things I always tell people that regardless of your credit score, the number one thing that can get you denied is this. All right. So if you have an address on that application that does not match up with the address in any of those databases on the credit bureaus, you can get denied. Okay, I don't care if you got a 800, 850 credit score. If that address isn't matching up, they definitely will deny you. Okay, so most people are not aware of this, but I'm telling you, so now you are aware of it. All right, so there's two other lenders we're talking about. We have bad credit loans, okay? And they offer up to $10,000, all right? And then you also have the last one is net credit, okay? Now, let me tell you guys something that a lot of people are not aware about net credit, and it's kind of confusing to some. Net credit, just like the other lenders, they'll show you, okay, this is what you approve for. All right, so they do the soft pull using one of those databases to determine if they're going to qualify you. Now, the net credit, once you actually accept the loan, then that's when they actually do a hard pull. All right, but other than that, they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. All right, so that's the reason you more likely will never see a hard pull. And with some of these loans that I mentioned, most of the time, these type of loans, they won't even show up on the credit report. All right, they won't report the loan to the credit report. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you. Hey, if it's a good video, please share the video. Comment, let me know if you like the video. If this is helpful to you, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.